I'm going to show you the best apps to make sure you hit your 2024 goals, whether they be fitness related, habit related, or productivity related, whether they be iPhone apps or Apple Watch apps. This video has it all, and we're going to start with fitness, so let's go ahead and get started. Gentler Streak is an award-winning app. It won Apple's Apple Watch App of the Year in 2022, and it was a finalist for Apple's Design Awards this year. Currently, this is a subscription-based app. They do have 50% off. It says it ends in 18 hours as of right now. Something to keep in mind. Good chance by the time you're watching this, it may actually be over. But just in case, if they go through an extension, which a lot of companies do, the price could be still reduced. Overall, this is a very unique fitness tracker app. You know, they don't push too hard, but they give you access to so many different workouts and health metrics. One of the things that I really like is it actually grabs the wrist temperature from your Apple Watch as you sleep and actually gives you your temperature reading, which is really great. Now this right here is all in the free version. You can see these locks. So I'm guessing if I click to tap in to get more data, it's not going to tell me unless I buy a yearly, monthly. Let's go in right here. So as of right now, a year subscription is $27.49. Month is $7.99. A lifetime use is $179.99. Now, I'm all for lifetime. That's a little bit out of my price range. I don't know if I'd go that much with the app, but the monthly price is pretty good, especially if you're just trying it out and seeing if it's worth it. And that yearly price, as of right now, that is a great price with that 50% off. You know, you get access to all this data. Obviously, I don't need that one. And all your different workouts throughout the week. Now, I have not been active yesterday or today very well because it's just been a busy couple days. But overall, great little app. And of course, the Watch app is where it shines. So if I come in here and I open up the Watch app right there, you can see it will give you like a little info and then quick access to your workouts, which is great. Now, as you're doing a workout, I took some screenshots of that yesterday. So if I come in here to the photos, you can see right there, it gives you your like current heart rate zone. Really nice. The design is really great. Another thing that I saw is I paused it temporarily. That was when I was taking the screenshots, and it says, hey, it looks like you're on the move because I started moving again. So the little reminder to, restart a workout is great as well. This is just like the screen to actually be able to stop a workout or go into waterlock. And they give you a little bit more detail. Here you can see your current heart rate and like how your heart rate has progressed as you're on the workout. And then at the end, it just gives you like a little kudos message and gives you all these stats, including the zones you were in and how long you were in those zones. So if you're looking for a different app to help you kind of just stay on your fitness journeys, Gentler Streak is a really good one. It's just nice, it's beautifully designed, and it's not overbearing. But there is a chance that the price point could be out of price. Like for me, even, I don't want to pay that much for a fitness app. So the one that I use all the time is built into Apple, and it's absolutely free, which is great. And it's just the fitness app from Apple. You can see your history of your workouts. You can see your rings. You can change the rings. So right now I'm going for a 500 calorie goal. I'm going for 30 minutes of activity and of course 12 hours of stance, but you can actually change these now, which is really great. You can do it straight from the phone or from the watch. Both apps work really well. It's nice, easy to start a workout. And of course, if you have Fitness Plus, you get access to even more different types of workouts that are trainer based. And you also have the ability to share with friends and family, which is awesome as well, because then you can even compete with them. The Watch app is probably the most used app on most devices. It's definitely the most used app on mine. Just checking your progress, seeing how you've done, seeing where you're at. And as you can see, I can come right in here and change my individual goals. They actually allow you to go down to 5 minutes for an exercise goal, which is really nice. If you need a rest day, you can get that done now, which is great. And then the stand hours can go all the way down to 6, which is also pretty nice. And you get your step count and any activities that you've recorded today, all directly from your watch. You can even see your current badges and what you're currently going towards, and your friends to compete as well, along with your weekly summary of how you're doing. It's just a wonderful app, and it's all for free if you have the Apple Watch. But not everybody has the Apple Watch, and maybe you're still wanting to keep track of your activity without the watch itself. Well, the phone has a built-in pedometer. So if you don't, that's a step counter in case you didn't know what that was. And you can access it directly from the health app. If I come in here, I go to browse, I go into activity, I can see, where's it at? It's probably up top and I just missed it. There it is, steps. So I can come in here and get direct steps. Now, obviously with me, since I do have the watch, it's getting steps from both. And you can even come, if you scroll all the way down, you can see where all this data is coming from. You go to show all data, and it's going to take just a minute to load. But once it does, I can look into yesterday. I had just under 5,000 steps, but you see I got a lot from the watch, but then there's also some from the iPhone as well. Either I wasn't wearing the watch at that time, or the steps were just recorded from the phone. I mean, it happens. Hands down, my favorite step counting app. I've used it for years. It's called Pedometer Plus Plus. The way it works with merging the Apple Watch and the iPhone step counter is different than the way the health app. So this number will be different probably than what you see, but this developer took a lot of time to make sure he got it right, because he wasn't a big fan of how it worked by the way Apple did it. Because there's a lot of time where you might just not be swinging your arm right. So it's not counting steps there, but it's counting steps on your iPhone. And the way he's merged stuff, I honestly trust him. He made the Widget Smith app that really blew up, but this app is amazing. Now, it normally does have ads. I think you can pay to remove those. I know he recently switched to a subscription model. I think a lot of that is with the workout section of the app, but you can kind of just check and see all that. You can see he's got different plans, basically $20 a year or $2 a month, and it gives you access to a little bit more here. Overall, amazing app. It's beautiful, and just the way it works. And of course, it also has a watch component, which gives you the ability to have your step counts directly on a widget on the Apple Watch, which the default fitness app does not allow you to do. So it's great to see it right there. It syncs great. I just switched to this watch just a little bit ago from my other Apple Watch, and you can see just how fast it was able to update and make sure that everything was in sync. Now, you may also be counting other stuff other than just steps. Maybe you want to count calories, and the app that I've trusted and used for years is an app called Lose It. I paid for the lifetime of this. It was a lot less than that Gentler Streak one. I don't remember exactly how much it was, but they do have sales throughout the year, especially like right now. I'm sure they have a sale to where you can get it reduced price. I feel like it was only like $30 when I bought it, but like I said, I'm not guaranteed exactly how much it is. But the food database is amazing. It also will sync with your watch and actually pull in data. So you can see this is my yesterday, and it pulled in from the watch and told me how many total calories I burned, and I can just go through, and it makes it so easy to add food as well. So if I want to come in here and let's say I had Chipotle for dinner, so my burrito had black beans, it had cheese, it had rice, it had sour cream. Sometimes I do chicken, sometimes I don't. And of course, you got to have those chips with it. So right there, easy and quick access to add all that data. But let's say I messed up. You know what? I bought the chips, but then I didn't really want to eat them. I can just delete them just like that directly in the app. Now, the one downside of this app is the watch app is not the best. So I just added a couple things to today's stuff. And as you can see, it's not even updating. It's very cumbersome. Sometimes I have to force close it to get it to do a force sync. But even now, it's not wanting to cooperate. So who knows? Eventually, it probably will sync. But now I do switch watches throughout the day. So a lot of apps kind of have issues with that. But with the Lose It app, they really need to give this watch app some love. So if you're somebody that wants to count your calories on your watch and you want everything staying in sync, this really isn't the app for you. You might want to try another one. But if you're okay with the watch app not being perfectly accurate to what the iPhone has, or you just have one watch, there's a better chance that the sync will stay in and you'll be all right. Do you have other fitness apps that you recommend? I am all about trying new apps, so leave a comment down below on what you recommend. Let's go ahead and get into the habit tracker. Now, with the new year, we usually try to have better habits overall, not just all fitness, but sometimes just better overall habits. And the app that I trust for that more than any other is an app called Streaks. Now, a lot of these I just added just for fun. Now, I'm starting this year off new. I deleted all my ones that I had been using. And I'm like, you know what? I'm going to start fresh because I recently read a book, and I'm going to pull that up as well, on Audible called Atomic Habits. And I'm getting ready to go back through it again. And this is probably the best time to check out this book, is because if you're trying to figure out a way to be healthier, have better habits, have better everything, this is the book for you. So it talks through everything about how your mind works and ways to try to stick to a habit. It talks about habit stacking. So usually you'll want to stack a habit that you're trying to learn with a habit that you've already set. So if you're interested in this book at all, I got the link down below. It's from Audible. If you don't have an Audible account yet, you might be able to sign up and get it for free. So just check out that link down below. So I've reset my habits and I've tried to simplify it. A lot of times with the new year, you're sticking with a ton of new habits and it's just really hard to hit them all. And then usually in the process, you fail at all of them. So right now, I'm just actually doing 2. I'm doing no sweets, and I'm trying my best to get 7,500 steps in a day. So those are my 2. I went with 75 other than 10 because I recently heard that that's really the recommended number. The 10, they just kind of upped it just to make it nice and pretty. But right now I'm going for 7,500, and then eventually I plan to up that to 10 once I get accurate and hitting that 7,500 every day. The way this works is they keep it simple to begin with. Originally, the app only had 2 pages, so you can only have at max 12 things to track at a time. He since has added 2 more pages, so now you're up to 24. But like I said, I highly recommend you just kind of stick with just a few at a time, especially when you're starting out. But he has all different kinds of habits that you can track by default, and of course you can make your custom ones. So I just added these just for fun. So let's say I wanted to drink a smoothie every day. Once I complete it, I just tap and hold, and then it's done. Same thing with the vitamins. I can tap and hold, say that was for today. Now when you miss days, it will give you that notification saying, hey, you didn't do this. Maybe you want to mark it for yesterday. So that's kind of nice as well. But you can also just tap real quick, and then it gives you your calendar so you can see how many days in a row or how many you have missed. You can also check your streak and how you've done with this streak so far. But along with streaks, and I had to add this one because this one was just funny, don't pick your nose. So this is a negative one. So by default, it's always selected unless you unselect it. But I just thought it was hilarious that don't pick your nose was one of the defaults. I'm guessing he added this one just for fun as well. But you can also see that they have read a book, and this one's actually timer based. So I can come in here, and once I start it, you'll see this little thing start ticking away. And as it goes through, it is completing the ring. So I think the default one was 10 minutes, so I kept it at that. So I just like that. I mean, just the fact that you have other options that you can go through is just really cool. And then once you're done reading, you can just pause it. And then when you start again, until you complete that ring, it'll probably kind of just say, hey, you need to complete this one. It's just great. And if I ever did want to change anything, there's a little settings icon down here. I can go through and I can just say, you know, I want more than 7,500 steps. I want to jump it up. So, and you can even have multiple. So as you can see, let's hit done. And then I swipe over. So right here, I have a 5,000 steps. So I'm already more on the progress of that one than I was on the 7,500 until I changed it. Now, once I close the app and open it back up, this will fill back in. You have so many different things that you can add. He's got a lot of defaults just to kind of give you ideas that will connect to the health app as well. So you can do, like I said, the steps automatically happen based on the phone or the watch steps. But there's just a lot of default data. And of course, you can add whatever you want. Streaks is a beautiful app. It's developed, I believe, still by just a solo developer working on it. And he has done an amazing job. It comes with widget support and everything else. And of course, it also has a watch app that has everything right there. You can see with this page, I only have the 2. With the 6 one, they get a little bit smaller, but everything is easy to access and get all that data right on your wrist. Now, Streaks has been my go-to app for many years. I've tried many others, but so far nothing has held up to Streaks. If you have one that you like, leave a comment down below, let me know, and I'll be sure to check that one out as well. So when we're talking about getting things done, a lot of you probably don't even think about the Reminders app itself. I mean, this thing is so built in to iOS. It's great. You can just tell Siri to add things really easily. Like this one I completed yesterday. I got the stream ready for setup. That's also a repeating alarm, so it automatically happens. So I can come in here and look at the schedule. I don't set too many up because I use a bunch of different ones, but for long-term reminders, this is my app of choice because I know for sure that this app is always going to be on my phone. So if you look down here for the December 2nd of next year, we did a white elephant gift, and I want to remind myself to actually buy a black elephant for the white elephant gift because that's just the kind of person I am. But it's, you know, I know for sure that I'm not going to change this app, that this app will still be on my phone. So those long-term reminders that you need to keep, those long-term goals, those long-term items, or those items that are constantly repeating, I feel like the Reminder app is the perfect app for that. If you need something a little more powerful to get your stuff done, then there's no other app that I could ever recommend other than the Things 3. Now, I've used this even just to plan out this video. You can see right here, I have all the apps that I've already mentioned, and I have the links directly to them that I plan to just copy and paste into the description of this video. So if you need any of those, they are right down there. You can have direct access easy as you can, and you can see like it's just so clean and so minimal and just nice, but yet so powerful. So if I go out, I can show you I have all these different sections that I created for work, for personal stuff, and for video creation. So if I come down here, I have this leather solo loop, and I've planned out the video. I thought of different ways to do, and I've actually already filmed this one. I just didn't mark everything off as I did it, but I can come in here and I can just mark everything off individually, or I can come right up here at this progress one right here, and I can just check it and it says mark as complete or mark as canceled. I'm gonna go ahead and mark it as complete, and it's just completed everything, easy to go. And now if you look, that item has now been removed from my list. But this does upcoming, it does those long-term reminders if you want to set those up. Now I set up a few like monthly things or maybe like every 6 months, but if I'm going long-term, I'm using the Reminders app just to make sure that I definitely will always have that app on my device. Now this one is a little more expensive for the iPhone. It is $9.99, but it does come with a beautiful watch app that partners it. So you can see right here, once it opens up, right in here, if I go and mark off that I have read an item. And then I come back here, you can see it just marked it off and removed it from the list. The syncing on this is wonderful. It's just great. You can quick add to your reminders list and everything. It's just a simple watch app, but it's still powerful enough to get the job done. However, if you want this app on all your devices, like the reminders app, the iPad app is $19.99, and I believe the Mac app is $59.99. So it's more of a premium app, but it is a one-time payment app. There's no subscription, which is also really nice. But if you want to see the app that I've been using that has been changing the way I work and making me more productive somehow than ever before, that app is coming out really, really soon, and it's called Clear. I'm going to show you just a little bit. I'm not sure if I'm even supposed to show you this yet, but I'll show you just a sneak peek of how I've been using it. Here it is. I love this app. This app has been around forever, but they are pushing this update really soon, and it is just gorgeous, simple, easy to use, and just a joy to use, which makes it an app that I want to keep coming back to. If you want to see more on this, as soon as I have a video up, I will put a video right here that you can watch going through all the details on this app. Be sure to click there if you see it there, because this is hands down an app that has changed the way I do everything and get things done. I hope you have a great one. God bless.